Hey, I don't know who's in here. Let me see who's in here. Hey, Tanya, what's up, baby? Can you hear me? I'm gonna say how you doing because I was just a minute or two late, but I tried to get in here. How you doing? Trying to get it on this so I can see the chat. Hold on, I'm getting you on here. How's it going with you though? I don't know what I'm doing for dinner. I'm gonna talk about that. I've been doing a 7 day cabbage soup diet. I cheated a little bit today. When I say cheated, we really just went and we were going to go vegan. And there's a new vegan restaurant not too far from me, and me and Joe saw it. And Joe's been eating nothing but vegetarian. He's not eating any meat, fish, and vegetarian pretty much. And oh, let me say this: if y'all get in here, like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Um, he's been pretty much going vegan. I've been doing the 7 day cabbage soup diet and a kind of like, I think it's supposed to be almost a detox tea, which I'll talk about a little bit more. I can feel it. I know you can't see it right now because you're still seeing the double chin and the fat face, but I can see it. Some stuff coming off in the belly. One of them is supposed to be a belly burner and flush or whatever, and I'm gonna tell you, it might not be should be called belly. It might be called booty burning butt flush because I'm on the toilet a lot. I'll just keep it 100. So it definitely is cleansing, and it's not bad. It's a tea. Well, you do chamomile tea, and I actually found it here on YouTube, and I was like, oh, I'll try it. It's not gonna hurt anything. And I have chamomile tea, so you do chamomile tea, a bag of chamomile tea. You do apple cider vinegar, cinnamon, and a half a lemon. So you brew it for about 10 minutes, and then you drink it. And I started doing it 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, and I've been doing it virtually every night. I had one night I missed. Um, and yeah, I did it. I did it last night. I missed the night before, so I missed. What's today? Today's Thursday. I missed either Wednesday or Tuesday. Can't remember. I think it was Tuesday night when I got off work. I was kind of burnt out, and I did it Wednesday and Thursday. No, I did it Wednesday. I didn't do it Tuesday, so I'm gonna do it tonight. So yeah, we're doing that. That's about it. I'll talk about some stuff here in a minute. I was seeing if anybody else comes in and we'll talk. Let me Let me do this real quick. Get connected here so I can see everything. What's going on with you? What city? What city and state were you in again, Tanya? I forgot what city and state you in. Hold on, I'm gonna send this out and get in. Give me a minute to get in on here. It used to. Oh, that's Maryland. That's right, because using the Zoom. Yeah, I've been in Maryland. I've been there before. Maryland's pretty. I've been to Baltimore, and y'all got some mountains outside of there that are hideous. Not hideous bad. Well, hideous in the truck bad because they took forever to go up. But it's a pretty area. Think if I had a trailer and a truck, I would love to just travel around the country. If I had the right kind of money and but if something happened, child, by I'd get me. I don't know if I want to do because I like van life videos, but the vans, I'm like, yeah, I got to shower. I like to wash my tail. Granted, I have a CDL, so I can stop at the truck stops, and I can go for a shower maybe every 2 days. By the third day, though, I'm ready to jump through a roof. You know, which one do you like? I'm an Airstream person. What do you like? I like old school. I like the old school Airstream. Which one do you like? And the big long one. And if I look down, I'm gonna look at your views. I'm trying to get into the chat so I can see it. But I want to send something too. So hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I also did a private video to a friend of mine. She was asking on my Christian group. We have a young lady, her son ended up in a hospital. He's 22. And she thought he was having a stroke. But he's a big boy. He's like six. I think that baby about 6'4". Yeah, that's the one I want the Airstream. That's why I know a lot of people they want the all-in-one, but what I like about the ones you pull, once you get somewhere, you let all the landing gear down, you get it leveled out. You can detach your vehicle, and then you can go into town and do your groceries or whatever you need to do, and you just hook up at an RV site, so you could run and get something without hauling the trailer. What's up, Shay E? Where you at in the country? Let's see here. And if I look down, I'm trying to send something, but I'm also trying to get connected to our chat so I can see what y'all comments are, because it flash them and it'll take them off. It's not. It doesn't stay up anymore. I have no idea why. Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure this works. Hmm. Okay. And then I'll go in here and do the rest of it here in a minute. All right, let me get in here. I'm trying to see, and I want to make it where I can't hear it. Hold on, let me flip. And let's go here. Okay, we're going to go there, go home. Sometimes it show. Okay, here it is. It's showing it. Okay. And now it's showing this. So I can finally see the chat. Okay, I can see the chat. Turn the volume down. All right, now I can see what y'all talking about. So if you see me looking here, it's because I'm looking at the chat. Did you bed come? Did my bed? Are you talking about the day bed, Tanya? I have a bed. You talking about the day bed? I haven't ordered it yet. If you're talking about the day bed, I haven't ordered it yet. I was supposed to order it, and when I left here for the funeral, I put some bills on hold. Okay, yeah, let me go through that. So when I left here for the funeral, I knew I needed a certain amount of money because I knew I was going to pay for my food. My room was paid for, and me and Joe were going to split the cost of his room because this guy's nice enough to go down there with me, drive, use his vehicle, his fuel, and I was supposed to order the day bed. Well, I was going to order the day bed because I was going to order through my Afterpay where I can pay it in 4 installments. But once I got to paying bills, I was like, that's going to cut me close. So I'll probably be, if I don't order it this next payday, which is next week, depending on after I pay my rent, if I don't order it then, I'm going to order it on the following. It just depends. And I'm also thinking about getting a new iPhone. I ain't gonna lie. That new iPhone, my phone was bought in 2019 with the upgrades that are in the 2013 iPhone. A, I like the camera feature on it. But B, also, I don't want the 2000, based on what they're describing on what's coming in the 2014 model, I don't think I want it. I like what they're bringing with the 2013 model. They're giving me $1,000. If I trade this one in, I get $1,000 off the phone. Now, I don't like the deal, though. So what they're doing is saying, oh, you only pay $16 a month for that other phone. That other phone, if $1,000 off, you only have like maybe $400 or $500 left over. Well, I'm like, you just make it to $40 a month. Let me pay it off within the year. But I may end up paying it off sooner. But what they're doing is they're dragging out the $1,000 credit over that 3-year period. That I don't like. So I've been really struggling with how, if I want to do that or not. I'm praying on it. I do know the day bed is going to be ordered either next week or the last pay period of the month. I may have some other changes come in, which I'll share with y'all later. Right now I'm researching them, and I'll share that a little later down the line. I'm still staying in this apartment, to my knowledge. Our rent did go up, but my rent didn't go up very much. So I'm, no shame in my game. In Arizona, most of the rents are $1,400 a month. Mine is like $665. Well, my landlord or my real estate agent, they bumped the rent and they bumped it. I'm only going to $700, which is nothing. That's what, $30-some bump. Whereas I have friends of mine who got $100 and some bumps. And so I'm like, I'm sitting my fat little behind right here. So it's still small and I still got stuff to go through. I'm going to go ahead and bottle the barbecue sauce. I've been playing with the logo that I want and just kind of praying on how I want to do it. And I think I know the idea because I think I was making it more complex with a starter sauce label, depending, because I need to see how it goes. I got to see, do people like it? Are they going to buy it? I know I have people here in Arizona who will buy it. But then shipping it out, I got to see who's going to get it. Yeah, I did. Actually, I sure did. Shay E, you didn't say where you was at. I don't know if Shay's still in here. Shay might have got bumped off. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if anybody comes in. I'll give it a few. If they don't come in, I tried to give out a good notification. I probably need to do a couple of days early, but I sometimes don't know. Today, so you're asking what's for dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna eat later. What I'm in the mood for. Like I said, I've been doing the cabbage soup thing. I know Chicago BBW said she's doing some kind of flush too. She was talking about with coffee and lemon, and I was like, as soon as she told me the combination, I'm like, yeah, you in the toilet. Mine is tea. I'm a tea drinker. I do like coffee too, but I'm a massive tea drinker. I haven't drank tea like I used to, but I usually summer tea. Arizona, a lot of people don't know what sun tea is. In Arizona, you take a big old gallon or a couple gallon jug. You put some tea bags in there and sit in the sun and let that baby brew all day. Some of the best tea in America you've ever had. You said they're coming. Have a little good chat. No big deal. But no, Joe came to get me. We're supposed to go to this vegan restaurant. I'm gonna put my link on too, guys. I'm now somebody from Yelp. So I do food reviews. Y'all know my fat butt. I like food, right? So I've done few food reviews. Well, I guess somebody from Yelp, they started following my reviews, and they're called the Elite Group. This is an elite. It's a specialty group in Yelp. So they invited me to be an elite reviewer. So when I go to restaurants or any business that I use, any service, I review them. And I guess from some of the reviews I had, they liked my reviews and they asked me to be an elite reviewer. So I just got my elite badge or whatever. There's no money to my knowledge involved in it, but I do know we get some special attention on our reviews. Like the owners of restaurants reply back and everything else. I had one. So I gotta tell you about this restaurant. So there's a vegan restaurant out here. It's called Wild Ass. That's the name of it. WHYLD ASS. And he has a donkey. And it was kind of, humorous. They had this burrito on there. Oh my God. It looks so good. Vegan burrito. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all the picture. Hold on. Let me see if I can show y'all the picture. Y'all like pictures. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you the picture of this burrito. I'm gonna have you rolling though. My friend, she said you funny. Like I said, some of y'all think I'm funny. I don't mean to be funny, but I guess I am. Okay. Yeah. That's the burrito. Okay, y'all can see it. That's the burrito. Okay, and that's the box that came in, and it's like it has mole. It had the vegan rice. Their vegan version of guacamole. And I've eaten vegan food and like some vegan food. I haven't had most vegan food. If it's done right, it's pretty damn good, right? I like veggies, even though I'm fat. I tell people, we go to a meal. That's one thing about one of my old friends that I used to hang with. I don't know if he's alive anymore. My boy Anthony said, the one thing about you, he said, you might be a big girl. He said, but you the one that introduced me to eating vegetables, because I really didn't eat vegetables until I met you. He said, you eat vegetables. As a matter of fact, when I order pizza, I normally don't order pizza with meat on it. I don't like meat on my pizza. I like my pizza vegetarian style. So I ordered that burrito, y'all. Now, in the description, he tells you the vegan ingredients. They use cashews to make some kind of creamy sauce. I've had that before with cashews used as a creamy sauce. A cashew milk, no problem. He tells you everything they do. Ciao. Dude turns around. They put in there mint. And I like mint. I do. And I was like, okay, just didn't think anything of it. I'm thinking a little gourmet spin. Okay. Ordered burrito. Had it delivered. That thing's $16 freaking, okay? It was huge, too. You saw the package. It's huge. About like that. And I figured, okay, I eat on it for a couple of days. I knew it was beans in it. I think black beans. I like black beans. I like guac. You can't mess up. I don't know how you can mess up guacamole. I went to eat it, and there was this flavor. And it was like the mint, whatever it is, it did not combine well with whatever that going on with that burrito. I eat it, I'm like, oh my God, it was horrid. And my mind is like, I done paid $16. So I got the hot sauce. I start pouring the hot sauce on, trying to make it better. You couldn't help that burrito. That burrito was nasty as hell. Ordered the hot sauce, pouring the damn hot sauce. I'm pouring that hot sauce on. I'm still trying to eat it because it's $16 and I didn't want to throw it away. Y'all, my stomach started turning. I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't. I didn't give him the best review. I think I gave him 2 or 3 stars because it was horrible. And I don't even want none of the other food. But also the driver who went, the Grubhub driver who went, was it Grubhub? Grubhub driver who went and picked it up for me. He said, "Oh, he says it's amateur hour as usual here." So he's used to picking up from them. And when he delivered to me, I said, "You pick up from them before?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "They're horrible." I was like, "Okay." But then when I had the food, so the owner did respond back to me. Oh, that's my remote. The owner did respond back to me, and he said, he goes, "Well," he says, I put that it has mint in it." And I said, "I understand you put," and I responded to him, I said, "I understand you put it has mint in it." I said, "And I like mint, but mint in combination with that was just wrong." I don't know any other reviews on it. I just know, and he told me, "Well, you should try this." I'm like, "I can't try nothing." Because I told one friend, I said, "Name of the place is Wild Ass." That burrito tasted like some wild ass. Oh, baby. That burrito's nasty as hell. Threw $16 in the trash. I couldn't do it. My stomach said hell no. My taste buds said hell no. Everything was like hell no. Yeah, man. But we went to sushi today, so let me kind of show you our sushi spot. We got a sushi spot we like to go to. We were going to go to the vegan place. Hold on, let me get out of the pictures here. We were supposed to go to the vegan place, and unfortunately, they were not open. But here's sushi. This is the Atkins Roll, which is cucumber and then, the fish wrapped in there. This right here is shishito peppers, which I love, and they have this little garlic sauce they put it in, which is amazing. That's the restaurant inside. That's the bar area. More of the bar area. Joe did the bento box, which he did was, I think, fried shrimp, what's that over there? Crab puffs, salad, rice, and steamed broccoli. Some more inside of the restaurant. And then I did part of this is the rest of my sushi. This is a lunch special, and I asked them to put some lemon slices on there. Then afterwards, he wanted to go have pie. So when I had a Lyft ride, one of the Lyft drivers told me about a place called Pie Snob. He wanted dessert. He said, I have a sweet tooth. And both of us are cautious on dessert because Joe's diabetic, I'm diabetic. My diabetes is better than him. As fat as I am, my diabetes is better than him and his brothers, all his family. Because he tells them, Shannon got 6 point whatever on her A1C blood thing. And usually when I do my finger stick, and I do it every blue moon, I'm like 80 or 90. I'm low. So he is always, they're higher. They have to do a lot more to control theirs. So my driver told me of a place called Pie Snob, and this is Pie Snob. Cute little place. And we decided to try it out, one of my Lyft drivers. And that's the wall. I think that's cute. I'll be reviewing them. It's cute. And we both did the key lime pie. The crust was amazing. Very nice place. Joe did ice cream. I didn't do ice cream. I do have another piece of pie that I got. I'm going to put in the freezer for later. I'll probably freeze it because it's apple caramel, and I'll probably just freeze it. But here's even more of the little restaurant. It's very cute. And that's their little... And there's the pies. And all the pies are made there. So... And we didn't find out with the little manager girl. She's running everything. And very nice. They were very nice. It was real small, quaint. They had a couple seatings outside. It was nice. We just chilled. We call it our old people place. So as you get older, you I just want to chill. You get older and you want to chill. So I want to we'll talk about it because I don't know, everybody late. So if nobody comes on, they'll see it later. So I ordered Instacart today. I love key lime pie too. My favorite, I'm trying to think what's my favorite pie. I'm more of a cobbler person, and obviously top favorite black folks, I'm a peach cobbler fan, and I like it, the cobbler where you get the crust and it's soaked in there. Oh, Oh, in the pie place, phenomenal. Both restaurants are good. The first place we went to, the pie place, the lady was very nice. Both places were very, very nice. Customer service in both places were very, very good. We always we the sushi vibe place, the sushi place, we go there all the time. I discovered it. Me and Joe went together, and we were treated well. And we went there as things were trying to ease down in the numbers with COVID after we got vaccinated. Actually, the day I got vaccinated was the first day we went and we sat outside on the patio because I was really big about sitting outside because I had been isolated in this house so much. So we sat on the patio and it was really nice, and that was the first time, and we had a really good, and we just loved it. And then we've been going back ever since. I've even gone a couple times by myself. Back then the owner was there and he knew me, and we just, clicked. Anyway, so I ordered today, y'all. I gotta tell y'all this story. I ordered from Instacart. So part of making my cabbage soup is that you have to do a whole stock of celery, the whole stock. So on Instacart, I go through a Mexican grocery chain called El Super because a lot of their vegetables are coming probably from Mexico. I've been there to deliver right off the border. They bring them in from the border. You bring them into town, okay? Or from somewhere in California. So, lo and behold, I'm ordering my stuff because I was like, okay, I'm out of my cabbage. I need a new head of cabbage. I need stock of celery. I need carrots. So what's in the cabbage soup? I had it somewhere around here. Anyway, what's in there is bell pepper, cabbage. Oh, hold on. I think this is it. Let's just see if it tells me. I think this tells you everything in there. I mean, different people do it different ways, but I'll tell you what's in here. So, it says a half a head. I do a whole head of cabbage. A cup of celery. I do a whole stock of celery because when I learned how to make it, you do a whole stock. A whole thing. I do carrots, and I do a bunch of carrots. You can do 1 or 2 green bell peppers. I did 2. They tell you to use chicken broth. Some will tell you just to use onion soup. I'll tell you I do a mix. I'll tell you what I do. Because you're making your own broth. Basil, it says oregano, garlic, diced tomatoes. I do something totally different. Oregano, I use a lot of oregano. I did not use any basil, but I did use Italian seasoning, which includes basil and oregano and other things. Red pepper flakes, I do a lot of those because I like my stuff spicy. And it said black pepper. Yeah, I think I did do black pepper. And it says salt. I don't put any salt because I'm already using bouillon cubes, and bouillon cubes bring enough salt in, plus some of the other seasoning I have brings salt in. Now, and that's just, there's different recipes for it, but it's pretty much the same thing. This is actually used a lot of times for heart patients and people who are going into a surgery. I know it was big for heart patients that they want you on a special kind of flush. And how I was introduced to this diet was when I was a kid. And the lady, we call her Miss Pearlie, but she's kind of an aunt by marriage. Her brother married my grandfather's sister. So Miss Pearlie, she was RN out at the Air Force Base, Luke Air Force Base here in Arizona. And so she knew about it, I guess, maybe from what they were telling the patients to do before surgeries. She would make the soup, and you come by, and you could eat it. She'd either make it when you had it hot, but it was even good cold. So a lot of times I just go in the refrigerator, scoop a cup out, and do a scoop, put it in a bowl, eat it. I can eat it cold. And it's very flavorful if you do it the right way. So the way I do it is, I use tomato juice, which this one doesn't say that, but that's how I learned how to do it, is you make it with tomato juice. Like I said, there's different recipes for it. You can put mushrooms. I got a thing of mushrooms right now. We went to an Asian market. I went and got some mushrooms. I'll be making my next batch with mushrooms. You use mushrooms. I use onion, bell pepper, carrots, obviously cabbage, is cabbage soup, and you use a whole stock of celery. So that little bit, I use a whole stock. So I clean up all the celery. So anyway, I asked, this getting to this point, I'm getting off the track a little bit, get back into the track. So I asked the girl to pick up a stock of celery. Pick up 1 stock of celery. Let me show y'all what she brought me. She tore this off. Y'all see this the bag? This is the bag it came in. I got all these people. Tore this off and brought this. Baby didn't look but 25 years old. Didn't look but 25. And Joe said, so Joe asked one time, he asked for, I forgot what store it was, Instacart again. And he asked for, I think 3 pounds or something like that, or 5 pounds of bananas. Hold on. Was it 5 pounds? I forgot what it was. He asked for a couple pounds of bananas. They brought him 2 bananas. The babies don't know. They something is wrong with them, and it's really a rearing issue. Was what I realized is that these babies they don't know. They're not raised. Then when she brought the order for delivery, apartment says number 3. She can't read. She set them by number 4, and on top of that, they don't think normal. She sat them right in the sun. And when I walked to the door, because I saw, can see on the tracking that she's here, I stood at the door waiting to see if there was going to be more. She came around the corner. I said, baby, there's a number 4 on that door. You don't see the number 4? There's a number 3 over here. Oh, okay. And then she just sits them down. I said, no, 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 no. You sit them by the window. And didn't come to help and grab any of the ones that she set in the wrong place. I said, oh, okay. This is why I do a low tip and then I adjust up depending on my delivery experience. And sometimes I give them cash. I'm a little mad because I gave her more than what I was supposed to. That's because she knows what she's doing. You talking about I did go get some celery. We went to an Asian market after we ate because I've been wanting to go to this Asian market. So Joe took me to this Asian market. So after I ate, we went to this Asian market. Yeah. Cray. But yeah, people, it's something wrong with this new generation of humans. And something wrong in the sense of parenting. So it comes from my generation and down. There is a sense of entitlement, but we've allowed these kids to sit in front of video games, the cell phone, and computers, and they have zero. They get to adulthood and they don't even know how to function. I love Joe, but he's got one of his nephews. This boy couldn't even make a doctor's appointment on his own. He's in his 19, 20 years old. Calling Joe because he need help making a doctor's appointment. It's random, but I noticed this isn't the first issue I had with this particular grocery store. Me and Joe were talking about it. We do believe that based on the grocery stores you use determines the class of shopper you get. So I noticed that if I order from Sprouts, I don't normally have problems because I get a certain class of shopper. If I order from Costco, I don't normally have problems because I get a certain class of shopper. When you order from your grocery stores that are not your top of the list grocery stores, like the Latino grocery stores, follow the bouncing ball, or one of your more extremely frugal grocery stores, follow the bouncing ball. The shoppers you're going to get are going to be kind of hoodie. And so, they're not going to be the best. I've had them deliver groceries. They don't follow instructions. And some of them are from other countries. They don't even speak English. And not knocking that. I'm happy that you're trying to have a job. But if you can't speak English, and I've had some that be like, oh my God. I'm not talking just Latino because I don't want everybody think, oh, I'm talking Africans. I'm talking from other countries, Russian, other countries, and they don't speak English. And this is a job they got, which I'm impressed that you want to work because we got a bunch of folks in our country that don't. But they lost, and those are the ones they normally give that kind of gig to, or like I said, a certain class of folks. And I'm not trying to be negative; it's just facts. Because me and Joe were talking about it today when we were talking about the celery, and I was like, oh, okay, but yeah. And sometimes I get shoppers like like I said, Costco. I go order from them all the time, and that always is on point. I have not had one Costco order that's bad, other than if they couldn't find something. Hey, Oracle, what's up, baby? Yeah, unless they couldn't find something, and that to me is not really a bad thing. It just that's part of it. But yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, so that's today's thing. One thing with the whole Monty thing yesterday, the railroad, which I'm very impressed with. The railroad actually, I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, okay. I'm watching the chat, but I'm trying to make sure it's going. the railroad got in touch with me asking about the little brother who has autism. And I was so I reached out to the sister Christine because we're waiting. Her and her brother paid for the cremation, so they are going to get the death certificates first. So what I'm waiting for is I need the death certificate. So what we're going to do, so I'm working with a friend of mine who's done something similar. You have to contact the child support courts. At least this is what has worked for her in a similar situation with two family members. You contact the child support courts with the death certificates. You let them know who you are. So I'm going to say I'm his oldest child, and I am trying to find the youngest brother because there may be benefits available to him through his job. And I'll, lay it out. I've spoken to XYZ, and what I would like is if you can get my information or vice versa, her information to me, so that we can get in contact and I can get her what she needs to hopefully help her with this child or help the child. Because I don't know if the child is semi-functional. I don't know his degree of autism. I do know that he was 2 years in high school because Grumpy had to pay an extra year that he didn't expect because the boy was an adult, but he was still in high school due to the autism. And what he was telling me, oh, he's slow. And I was like, and at first it's like, oh, okay, well, you need to reach out to him and find out, why they're doing an extra year. Not that I don't think he should have paid it. You lay down with somebody, you have responsibility. You want to leave these women with all the responsibility, you can do whatever you want to do. No, baby, you males lay down, then you got a responsibility. Vice versa, if a man takes his children and a woman had them, I'm not either way. Two people laid down, popped out a kid, both of y'all responsible for that child, for them children. So I have problems that a lot of males just walk away and don't do anything, and we see it a majority with them than we do women. But there are women who do the same thing. I know women who do the same thing. So she said she hadn't gotten death certificates yet. Once she gets that, I told her, I gave her my address information, so hopefully she'll get that over to me. Because the lady was so nice. For what really I was impressed with, she called me back. Same lady I talked to reached out to me to find the status. Did this woman come to the funeral? Were you able to find out? And I was like, whoa, I'm very impressed with the railroad. This is Burlington, Northern Santa Fe. Look, I said, if I wasn't this fat, I'd probably be out there working on y'all got any jobs? Because y'all winning right now. I'm just saying, you union and you winning. So, that actually was good. And then I can't remember which one. Was it? I don't know if it was Tanya, if it was you or somebody else who told me about the insurance commission. So that's the other thing. Once I get the death certificate, I want to send a copy to them. So if there's any other insurance policies out there, they can notify whoever. It doesn't matter who's beneficiary. Just notify and let them know. And I just told Joe about that, and Joe said, "Oh, I need to do that for my mom." I said, "Yeah, because they just found that the mama who died a while back, an insurance agency contacted his sister because his mom had a beneficiary plan years ago. And so I think that she's the oldest sister. Was she the oldest? Oldest or second oldest? I can't remember. Left living, and she was the beneficiary on there, and they just got in touch with his sister. They didn't know the mama had this life insurance. So through that insurance commission, they'll notify whoever. So like I told Christina, it doesn't matter. I don't care if it's you, me, or the other kids, or Norris, or even if it's the common law wife, or it could be up in the air and it just gets split between all of us. Doesn't matter. Let's just get it, handled. So I gotta do that. Yeah, I know. And I talked to her the other day because we were in that chat and she was asking, she had me laughing at the other chat we did. And I can't remember. If she pops in, I know it. I'm trying to be fair. And I know sometimes I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. And sometimes being that transparent, you get screwed over. But like I told, and I said this to Christina, not saying that they're doing anything wrong. I don't know if they are or aren't. But I've always had this philosophy. If you are doing something wrong, sowing and reaping, some people call it karma, it comes back. So if you think you're getting over, or you doing something shady, or you did something malicious, or you did something selfish and self-centered, it comes back around. I can tell you it happened with Grumpy. I don't list all the things, but it happened even before he died. Even like that, oh, your own like to drive. You know, when he would give me a ride, I do know that the individual who was initially supposed to give him a ride was like, well, man, you can do this, this, and this. And I think he got offended. And I was like, it all comes back around. This isn't the first time, though. You went back and all of a sudden you had to ask somebody for a ride, for help, when you were in a health challenge. What you do? I got an aunt right now. Talked to me real crazy when I was sick and had the blood clots. She just ended up in the hospital. Really, really, really bad blood clot situation. And I'm not wishing anything bad. What I'm trying to say, and I don't mean this in a negative sense. I'm just factual. Sowing and reaping, or some people call it karma. And one of my friends said karma is a B. Sowing and reaping is not a good thing. It will come back around. And my mother's brother, they did some shady stuff when my grandfather died. And there was a situation, and everything he got that they gave him, he lost it all. Sowing and reaping. You do stuff negative, it will come back and bite you in the behind. It's the nature of the beast. You plant a seed, you're gonna get what that seed normally either it's gonna grow, and if it grows, it's gonna grow what you planted. If you plant bad stuff, you're gonna get bad stuff. You plant good stuff, you get good stuff. It don't change. Some people, like I said, some people call it karma. Call it whatever you want to. An old saying, every dog got his day. Other than that, no. And when I get the day bed, I'll show you, because I am going to have to put it together. I want to order the one from, and that's another reason I was struggling, because the one I really, really like is at Cost Plus. And it's Indonesian, it's wood. And I even went and set my fat butt on it in the store. 2 different flowers, one in Lubbock, one here. And I've loved this thing for years since I've seen it. And it's around 500. 500? It's going to be 500, 550, something like that. Because I have to pay shipping too. And if I had somebody with a truck, I'll just go to the store and get it. And the sad part is I had a coupon with 20% off. I could have got it for $100 off. But I didn't have anybody to go to the store and pick it up for me. And at the time, like I said, hey Terry, what's up, baby? Welcome to the channel. The daybed that I saw, let me see if I can find it, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. And then Amazon had one that was kind of metal, but a lot of that metal stuff is from China, and it's kind of cool looking, but it's not like the wrought iron that we had before. If it was solid wrought iron, because I used to have a bed that was wrought iron, that bed was so well made. I missed that because it was a nice frame. Hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on. Thinking. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. And I'll show y'all a picture of it. My bracket is clicking on stuff. I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't have the teeth clean, but I do need to go back and get the braces all done. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Any of y'all got the new iPhone? Have you gotten it? Let me see here. Okay. I don't know if it's going to turn it sideways. I don't think it'll turn it sideways. This is it right here. That's the one I like. I've been liking that for years. They've had it for years. Yeah. And there it is with the... I'm going to do a dark cover. I don't believe in light color covers. I got the 12. 12 what? You talking about 12-inch mattress? Tell me what you're talking about on the 12, Tanya. So that's the one that I like on there. And then I'll show you the one that Amazon had if I can find it. Oh, you got the iPhone 12. Okay, so you got the one just before the one they got right now. Okay, how do you like the 12? Because the 12 is virtually the same. There's a few exceptions. I'm trying to find this other one on Amazon that I was looking at. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if I can find the one that I was looking at on here. I don't know if I can find that other one. Yeah, they've upped the camera game on the 13, which I like. And like I said, there was that looks almost like it. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I know I saved it. Give me a second. I'm trying to find it, y'all. I'm trying to find it this way. Because otherwise I gotta go through the, let me see if I can go through the list. I did a list. Hold on, let me see if I got it here in the list. I'll go through it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get a new tripod too. My tripod is biting the dust. Well, actually, I'll be honest. I already know I'm going to get the 14 because I already bought a case for it. I'll show y'all the case in a minute. And I gotta buy I'm gonna buy, I just haven't done it yet, but I do know I'm getting the case. I already bought the case for it. I just need to get, I'm sorry, I need to get the screen protector and I'm gonna get the lens protectors for the, I'm trying to find this day bed. Hold on, y'all. I know I saved it. I'm scrolling. I have bed here, but I didn't look at so much stuff and ended up saving it in here. Here it is. There it is. I know I had it. All right, this is the other one I was looking at. It is metal, and it has a trundle. That's the other one. And it has a trundle. I don't really care about the trundle, but it would give extra storage because I don't know that I would really use it for a mattress, but I could use it to put some bins under and slide it under the bed. So it could actually be storage, but the other one has plenty of room underneath it, which you could just put bins under there and store underneath it. But yeah, so this one is a little cheaper. Let's see if it's a different in price. This one is $300. The other one is $5. It is $4.99 on the other one. So this one would be a lot cheaper. And it is shipped. I think it's shipped Prime. Let me check. Who ships it? It is Amazon. It's shipped from Amazon. So I'm very much an Amazon. I like their shipment opposed to ordering it. Yeah. Oh, you like the second one opposed to the first one, the wood one. So that's the metal one. You like the second one opposed to the wood one. You probably like all the detailings because that was the one I looked at. The second one is cheaper, but like I said, the other one I know is made in Indonesia. It's wood. This one is metal, and it's probably made in China. And I know all China metal is not the best. The ratings, and I'm a big ratings person. They only have had 17 people buy it, and here's only one photo. Waiting for it to load. Hold on. Micheline, what's up, baby? So here's one photo of somebody who owns that one, and that's the metal one. So yeah, that I did like. What caught me about that one was the intricate detail. Happy pre-Friday chat. Girl, need a glass of wine. Which what we probably should do is call wine down Thursdays. Um, Yeah, so call it Wind Down Thursdays. But yeah, Amazon, the ratings for that bed is only 17 people and it has an 88% rating. Um, a lot of people talk about how sturdy it was. One of them said they purchased three of them for their summer house. Um, Sorry, y'all. Um, but a lot of those, some are 2018, 2020, 2021. The most recent was February 13th, 2021. So I don't see a lot of, those are the comments, only 17, 5 global reviews and uh, 17 comments. And it does come in 3 different colors. Obviously, I would probably go with the black. They've got a gold. I don't like the gold. They got a white. I'm not a big white person when it comes to furniture. Matter of fact, the Indonesian bed used to come in 2 or 3 different colors. They had kind of it was like a gray and then a tannish color. But now I think only the gray is what it comes in, which I'm okay. I would be okay with that. So I don't know. But yeah, I was looking at both and I'm still pondering both. But whatever I'm ordering is going to be ordered within the next 30 days. And I'll make a decision. The difference is if I do the Amazon, I got to pay everything up front. In Afterpay did have something with Amazon, but I don't know if they pulled it or whatever. Because when I went to go in and do it, it wasn't available, and they're not talking about it on their site. So I don't know. We'll see. They do have it with Cost Plus, so we'll see. And you just pay out 4 installments, and boom. But they ship it right out. Like I got those candles, the Goose Creek candles, y'all. Y'all can't go wrong. I was burnt. Matter of fact, I left it one burning in the back when I came in, and the whole house smelled like the candle. And I like, so they have different ones. They have one they say is for men, I guess if you want to say that. It's in black and it's like leather and wood, bourbon, teak wood and lavender, which is when I was burning. I was burning teak wood and lavender. And I don't care if they say men or not. The whole house lights up and it smells good. All right, Micheline, I'll holler at you. Good to see you, baby. So I ain't gonna be on here much longer. I've been on here 50 minutes talking about just general stuff. But no, that's pretty much it. To dinner tonight, though, and that's what you were asking me. What are you eating? I haven't decided, Tanya. What you gonna eat today? Because I really haven't decided. Part of me thought about some pho. Oh, you talking about the white chick who got killed by the boyfriend? Um. So, and again, van life. How can I put this? And it's Terry. Terry saying, "What's my opinion on what happened?" I'm gonna look at this in a whole different direction, Terry. One, no offense, I'm sick of hearing about it, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't. I'm sad for her family. But there's this new generation of people, and I'm dealing with that kind of where I am employed right now, where we put on this happy, joy, joy. Hi, everything's happy, joy, joy. And you went out because you saw something on the internet through Instagram and through YouTube, and you presumed that that life is, hey, United, what's up, baby? You presumed that that life is real. Now, we have to understand, and it's something at least my generation and the generation before me, we knew that when we watched the news, that sometimes the news did not always show us. When I say not well, how can I put this? It was skewed. So that's the best way to say it. You could get maybe truthful stuff, but it might be skewed. So, for example, especially when it came to minorities, we knew that we were never represented in the best light, okay? So we didn't believe everything we saw, which begs to some of the issues now I'm seeing with the people who have questions about getting vaccinated, okay? Because A, you haven't done your research beyond all of the other thing, and now this new generation of human, you want conspiracy theories, you're not going and looking and have the brain to think of looking at facts. And this is even what's mind blowing, it's even impacting people who have professional job titles. But here's the other point which kills me. Some of those people with professional job titles, A, how educated are they? B, do you realize what your wheelhouse is? What that means is what your level of understanding is. And some people don't, I don't know, they just don't think normal. That's the only way I can put this. So my issue is kind of a twofold. A, I am sorry for her family. I'm sorry for their loss. I believe the other family helped their son. Probably if he's not dead, if he ain't committed suicide somewhere, he's out the country. I think he done rolled out. He rolled out or he rolled somewhere and he's in hiding. And I think his family knows exactly where he went. They helped him roll out and he rolled out. It sounded like she mentioned in some of the videos that she had some issues with OCD, stress, all that. They were trying to mimic people on YouTube and on Instagram and do this van life stuff. And the reality is you have to understand everything ain't smile and glorious. I watch a guy called Van City Van Life. His name is Chrome. I watch him. I like another girl named Tiffany. I watch her. There's another one. It's had taken a while for me to get into her, Antoinette, and hers. She's very glammy. Her and Tiffany, they both have very nice vans. Chrome's van didn't start out that way. But I like Chrome. He's up in Canada because he's a little more real to me. And he kind of like when I drove a truck. That's my poo bucket in the front. I was just laughing because I'm thinking, bro, you real. He got the same 5-gallon bucket with the, what's that on there? The lid, and I forgot what it's called. I got one in the bathroom for emergencies. It's in the bathroom in the side. I have a bucket still here in the house. You look at what happened in Texas, so I'm prepared. So if something goes wrong, plumbing goes down, I got a way to go to the bathroom because ultimately we got human function. That's just part of life. I got things in there, collapsible things. If there's a water issue and I know about it ahead of time, I just start filling those up. I start filling them up. And I got I think 7, I forgot how many gallons those things hold. They're collapsible. I bought them for emergency. I had 16 cases of water. I'm getting ready to start rebuilding that again too. I've been going through it, but right now, let's see, 2, 4. I probably got 8. So I'm getting ready to build my pallets of water back up because I've been going through them. But I think that people romanticize stuff without fully researching it. It's the same as though we got these people right now that are following behind ministers who are telling them not to get the vaccine. And I, they pastor and told them to take vitamins and all this other stuff. And I'm not getting the vaccine. And okay, do you, boo-boo. What's getting me, I understood us waiting when everything, especially who we had in office, and everything was such a mixed messaging. But once we started seeing them get the vaccine, then okay. And once we saw, because we've been guinea pigs before, minorities have been guinea pigs for stuff like this. And once we saw that, hey, okay, they ain't getting it, and most of them ain't dying, so let me go on out here and get this. If you would have researched and you would have found out that Pfizer had been working on COVID-related vaccines, and I'm going a little bit off, but I'm going to bring it back around. I think the thing is that something's up with the thought process of a new generation of human. And especially in this particular instance, you got people that'll hook up and they had one philosophy and things, hey, United, and things it backfired. You got people who, for whatever reason, they get with other people because they lonely. They need people. They don't, in the same way you don't research situations, you don't research humans. And we have to come to, it sounds like both these people were jacked up. And she triggered something in him that wasn't right. And he triggered something in her. And it became a clash and physical. And I don't know if he meant to kill the girl or not. But he ultimately killed the chick. I can't say for sure. But I'm presuming he killed her. And I believe it was him. I could be wrong. But I'm just having an issue with all of a sudden you done went home hanging with your family and old girl gone, and her family called her missing. Your family don't want to talk to nobody. They lawyer up, and all of a sudden you missing, and the body found, and the body been dead for a minute. You the last one. You the state. People saw you in the state. They got you on police cam where y'all done had altercation. Homeboy's looking like you. Granted, they gotta prove it. Guilty, innocent until proven guilty, but things ain't looking too good in his favor. But I believe that we have a generation of humans and people, and it's not new, but I believe it has increased. We got people who hooking up with folks, especially now with your online dating and all that other stuff, and you hooking up with people don't know who the hell you hooking up with. And it's just like I knew through COVID. Couple things are going to happen through COVID. You're going to have a lot of divorce. You're going to have a lot of new babies. You're going to have a lot of child abuse. And I'm not only talking about physical, I'm talking sexual all the way around. You're going to have a lot of stuff going on because people were now at home. So your divorce rates go up. Child abuse cases go up. Having babies go up because folks sitting in the house and they're bored. And obviously we had weight gain. So, and also you sit in the house with you. Do I know Joe Bob over here in the corner? I don't know him. He don't know me. And all of a sudden, y'all liked each other or it was a sexual hookup. And then you realize you're in a house with somebody you don't know who the hell they are. These people, I don't know how long they have been together, but honestly, it sounds like they really didn't know till they got in that small space who the hell each other was. And now all of a sudden you realize you dealing with crazy OCD chick. You can't control your temper, and she dealing with crazy temper dude. And it clashed, and something went bad. Honestly, like I said, do I think he intended to kill her? Probably not. I think he flipped the hell out. And based on what they had described, and even just a little interview they did with her on the side of the road, and how she was acting, and her OCD, and blah blah blah. And we got a new generation like that. So, it's sad. I pray that they find old boy, and not wishing anything ill on him, praying he ain't dead. But like I said, I'm not shocked. It's a different generation of human, and but it also says a lot to me too. I think back, and I hate to say this, and I don't want to compare everything on a minority level, but we got minorities, Latinos, and blacks that don't never get this much attention. You got some white kids, and next thing you know, they're all on the news. An associate of mine, a friend, I met this lady during a party. Black lady, she had gotten a teacher's award or whatever and got a job in Louisiana. She got awarded Teacher of the Year. Was down there on a special program. I guess they were going to help her with her paying her college off or whatever for going to school to be a teacher. Got awarded Teacher of the Year, went out with some other teachers, went to this little bar and grill, in Louisiana. Ended up missing. Took them a while. I think Al Sharpton and some other ones went down there. They still didn't really have her on huge news information. And they later found her body in a swamp in her car with, I think, the missing pants. So we know she's probably raped and killed. Not nearly the attention that we giving his two kids that didn't probably have no jobs riding around in a van. You know, and there's countless other stories. This ain't the only one. I think it's knowing the right people and sometimes being the right persuasion. And you get a lot of attention. Again, I'm sad for the family, but it's just something I've noticed. And it's unfortunate, you know, the whole thing. But I also think we got a generation of people who romanticize stuff. And they go and try to make things look a certain way. And it's not true because you got to be in that van with them human beings. And you don't never know. That's like I used to have people, and I think we all did this at some point, but as I grew older and wiser, I want somebody because so and so back in the day, when you were dating, and I want to be settled down, I want to be married, and I sit back now and I'm like, honey, the grass is not always greener behind them closed doors. Because then when I got behind closed doors and you would see families or see couples or even know one of the partners outside of the relationship, they was foul as hell and there was a bunch of foul stuff going on and crazy as hell. My stepdad, who was a Chester molester, my aunt and uncle, oh, we liked him. We liked Tony. Bro was a Chester the molester, honey. When I broke that down, they looked at me like I had one eye. What you assume about people until you know behind the scenes, you don't know who the hell you're dealing with. You honestly don't. You don't. I lay out a good chunk on some levels, but I have a whole different side. You know, but for the grace of God, and it's funny, me and Christine were talking about this today, but God, I would be in a whole different, probably ball game if it was a different set of circumstances. But I believe that God has had his hand on my life. So my circumstances are different than some of my family members. It's one of the, and somebody asked me about counseling. I'm not depressed about money, but what I've done is I've sat back and I'm very happy I got to meet, even though the ratchet family, because it then answered questions to me about who Grumpy was, because I see the things that translated down to him, and I see the things that have translated down to me as well as some other folks in the other siblings, and I'm like, that's where that's from. That's where that's from. And now I understand it more because I've now got to see extensions of what he came from on his father's side. And now a lot of who he is, it's like light bulbs came on for me and made sense. And a lot of what I don't want to bring on board. And it's funny because me and Joe were talking about his nephew and some things his nephew's doing. And I said, oh, that's part of the generational curse. Initially, Joe wants to put it off on the former brother-in-law side of the family. And I said, that might come from your side of the family. Because I think we want, sometimes depending on how you grew up in a family, you want this shining view of people. But the reality is not everybody is shiny. And most people have something. It just depends on the level of something they have. For Grumpy, the level of ratchetness is high. For my buddy Joe, some of the things that are in his line as well as his nephew's grandfather's side is high, and that has translated down to him and to his siblings and to at least one of Joe's sisters. So but it's hard to, for whatever reason, and I've been trying to wrap my head around this because I guess I'm so forthright with myself, and I'm so forthright, I'm just a realist, and I'm not trying to say because I think some people think, well, maybe they look at it as negative, but I don't look at it as negative. I just look at it as real. There are things that are real good, and there are things that are real not good. So the problem is that I think everybody wants to try to put everything in the happy, joy, because we don't want to deal with the reality of the negative. But the problem is we do have some happy stuff, but we also have some ratchet stuff, and we need to deal with all of it inclusively. And then you also need to say, what don't I want in my life? Especially when you're dealing with the things you inherit from people. And we do inherit things not only through the bloodlines of health, we inherit things through behaviors from people. You know, we just do. R. Kelly, hello, Bill Cosby. I don't even know what went down through the lines, but you notice that he said somebody in his family was a Chester, but R. Kelly. Well, guess what? He's a Chester. Abuse of that kind sometimes translate and keeps going until somebody in the cycle stops it. So it's like I said, and that opened up a door for me. I believe that there are behaviors that probably were inherited for both of these kids. Something took place in that van. It didn't go well. Boom. It was done. It was done. All right, we're coming up to a little over an hour. So Hooters, I haven't been to Hooters in years. They have really good wings back in the day. It's weird because meat and me lately have been, I love turkey. I have some turkey bacon from Columbus that I get through Costco. Raise the roof. It's phenomenal. And I bought some of that, and I'm pissed because now they got it on sale. So this next, I'm gonna order another batch of it. Thank you, Terry. And I don't know if that kind of made sense. I know I'm a person. I see things in a very. Let me bounce back to this. So when I look at stuff, and I guess I am also coming from a whole minister side and a Christian side. And one of the things that I realize is that a lot of people don't realize that we have what we call generational curses and generational blessings, and that we inherit. So, okay, we're going to go here. Obviously, this might be a door God wants to open up today. Because it's funny, because me and Joe had a similar conversation today over lunch. Actually, almost it's the exact same, but dealing with our families. We all have generational curses, generational blessings. We inherit them through our family lines. So let me kind of give you an example. And I can only use myself. I'm not going to use too many other people. I'll use myself. So my father's mother, Grumpy's mom, when I knew her growing up, she was a massively strong Christian woman. She's probably my strongest Christian influence in my life. I saw this woman fall asleep on her knees praying, okay? When I wake up, she'd be in the self-same place with the Bible open. That's what I grew up with. Most of my church going was with her, okay? Most of my church interactions and functions was with her. Now, my mother's mother, I went to church with her too. My mother's mother died probably when I was about 7 or 8, maybe 9 years old, can't remember. So my mother's mother died when I was young. My grandmother, Grumpy's mom, she lived for a very long time. I supposedly met his dad, but I was a baby. I don't remember him. And my grandmother was married to another man. I did not care for him. We never called him grandpa. Actually, I don't even think I really talked to that man. He was just a jerk, and I just did not like him at all. I played with his grandkids, but I didn't care for him. He was special. Let me just put it like that. But my grandmother loved that man's dirty draws. I'll be honest. She loved him. And this is Grumpy's mom. Grumpy, once he came into my life at 25, we were at my grandmother's house, and he told a story. And he was joking with my grandma. He said, "Mama, you remember when you stabbed my daddy in the leg?" Matrix moment. Because I know this Christian lady who's on her knees, who's praying all the time. I don't know the chick that would stab a dude in the leg. Like, whoa, homie. Whoa. My grandma wouldn't stab nobody. That's his mama he talking about. But he remembers as a little boy, obviously, a true situation where his daddy must have pissed my grandma off and she stabbed him in the leg. Who are you? Where is that sister at? Generational curses, generational blessings. My grandmother's side of the family, them sisters weren't no joke. That whole crew was different. Oklahoma folk. Monty's, Grumpy's other side, his daddy's side of the family, extra ratchet. Okay? So, when I started interacting with him after he became, quote unquote, supposedly saved, I did not realize the amount of things this man had to, and I've had time to reflect, he had to work through. One, you have to go back to a child, and I had to, you have to kind of step back. As a child, I didn't know there was a part of his life where he told me when I was there, his mom, he didn't know where my grandma was. His grandmother, my grandmother's mother, was raising him. I said, well, where was Grandma Reed? Because I thought his daddy and his mama was married until they got divorced. He turns around and he says, I don't know. And I mean, almost like a little boy, just sad. Because his mama wasn't there, his daddy wasn't there, and he didn't know where they were at. So he doesn't know. This portion of his childhood, he was being raised by his grandmother. Then whenever they were together, he sees this violent act. I mean, that's to pull a knife out and stab somebody. I'm talking about stab somebody in the leg with a knife. There's some deep-seated stuff going on between both those parents. And that is some heavy-duty violence for a child to see. Now, while he joked about it, I think that's kind of a coping mechanism. I'm just like, whoa, boy, that's heavy. And for a child, that's my whole thing. Those aren't things children should witness nor see. Because once you see things, there's things seen that can't be. And this pastor said this to me when we talked after we talked with the pastor of Monty's church, or Grumpy's church. We had a little side talk, and he said, there's things, hey, Kathy, there's things that you can't unsee. There's things that you can't unsee. So with generational curses, when those things are on board, for whatever reason, I believe we begin to function in the dysfunction of them. And we don't understand they're not normal. And then people, in order to function and to cope, accept it, and it becomes their normal. And it's totally an abnormal thing. It's horrid, okay? I believe that that's part of the issues why we got a lot of human beings walking around cray-cray. And to them, they're normal, but they're crazy as a box of rocks. Old boy who was in office previously, his world is normal to him. I don't think he even realizes he's crazy. He's normal. In his world, he is absolutely normal. He doesn't see anything wrong with what he's doing. And it makes sense to him. Okay, that's just me. This is how I live. This is who I am. Grumpy Smurf was the same way. He was exactly the same way. There were things that I think he realized weren't right, but there's other stuff that was normal to him that was just odd. And after meeting his extended family, I get it. He had on board generational curses, and some people, just to even look in the mirror and deal with them, it's too much. So for me, I've learned how to deal with the temperament issue. Don't get me wrong. I know when it's coming, and it's like I always say, God, but and it's funny because Christina said, but God, meaning, but God actually had if it wasn't for God, a whole nother individual would come to the table. I have been blessed that I'm not like them to the degree I could be. It's there. Don't get it twisted. It's that part of that, some of the ratchet, angry, weird stuff. Oh, that's what I said, if I let open the casket and let old girl out when you piss me off, I could probably put my two brothers who have major temper issues to shame. But for God. So we have the generational curses, and I really believe we have to seek God's face on them, and sometimes to even show it to us. I didn't realize some of the generational curses until I was in my 30s, and I was like a graduation party for some cousins, and when I saw stuff, it was like God just came in and turned a light bulb on, and I was like, okay, I'll break everything over my life. I saw how ratchet, and this was Grumpy's mother's side of the family, how messed up, how ratchet, and I saw it. I saw where I inherited stuff. When I met this extended family from Oklahoma, I saw it. And I saw where siblings I'm just meeting, I see where they've inherited some of it. And the sad part is some of them don't even realize they have it. I saw it, I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. Generational blessings, we have those too. So I don't want to just stay in the dark. Let's get into the light. The Christian side, that part that's Christian and strong. Me and Christina, I don't know about her mother's side of the family, but she doesn't realize she inherited some of that from a grandmother she never met. How she prays and her prayers that she writes. I believe that's some of the generational blessing. Her faith walk. Is she perfect? Absolutely not. I'm not perfect. But we've inherited that strong stance in Christianity. That's some of the blessing. The fact that there is something that reels us back from not being as dark as some of the people that are in Grumpy's line, that's part of the blessing. The fact that I'm not like some of the people, and I'm just talking about Grumpy, my mother's side of the family got issues too. And the fact that I can step back and see even with her family, while they may be a little more cultured and less ghetto, they still have ratchet stuff. And I see that and I have to be aware of it. And if we become, I hate to use the word enlightened or aware, then we can walk thank you, Kathy. We all have generational curses that need to be broken. There's no ifs, there's no ands, there's no buts. And the thing is, though, the problem is that a lot of people don't realize they have them. And like I said earlier, before you came in, people function in the dysfunction. And part of the dysfunction is that we normalize the generational curses instead of deal with them. And when you look at that, then you get two people together in a van and they come to the table with their brokenness. They jacked up stuff. Hate to say it, they come to the table with their brokenness and all the jacked up stuff. And they bring that drama to the table. And in the grand scheme of things, there's no other way to put it. In the grand scheme of things, it becomes madness. And until you are aware of it, that's their normal. Oh, I have OCD. So you accept where you're at, you stay where you're at, and you're not willing to change. I'm just going to be this way. I'm not going to change. It's too much work. It's just like being fat. It's too much. It's a lot of work to try to get this off. It came on easy, but getting it off ain't easy. Making choices ain't easy. Well, dealing with the thing that came easy, meaning that it just came through your line, is not easy to face, deal with, or seek God's face to say, how do I get this broken over my life? But we also need to ask Him to help us flourish in the areas where the blessings lie. So if your blessings are in, like, I can cook, but also my cooking can be a detriment because I can get weight. But if your blessings are there, how do I make this flourish? Because the Bible tells us our gifts will make room for us. If that's a gifting, a blessing in your life, then where do I need to focus on it to make room and bless me? So when you open up that door, let's see. I'm trying to see if I had anything else. So no, I don't know where I'm gonna eat dinner tonight because somebody asked me about that. I haven't really decided. If I'm gonna make something, I might just do. I do vegan. Sometimes I do my own vegetarian burritos. There used to be a place here called General Strength, and they had the best vegan burritos. And all it is they took beans. They took basically refried beans, vegetarian refried beans. I like black beans, so I do refried black beans. I spread that on a wrap. I usually make like a pico de gallo hot sauce. I usually do either shredded cabbage is my favorite. I do shredded cabbage. And then I put the pico de gallo on there. Whatever hot sauce I want on there. And then I roll it up and dinner served. So I might do something like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that tonight. Like I said, I've been doing the cabbage soup thing, but I did get off of it today. So I don't know that I'm going to be all true to it today. Because me and Joe went and had the sushi, which I shared with y'all earlier. So if y'all roll back, you'll see the sushi. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I thought about some pho. I was going to order pho the other day, but they were closed by the time I decided to order pho. I've been doing a lot more shrimp and fish, so yeah. I made a vegan cheesesteak yesterday. Okay, you need to talk about that. How you make that? Now, I did buy some mushrooms, some oyster mushrooms. We went to an Asian market today, so I bought a bunch of mushrooms because I do know I watch a couple vegan people on here. There's a guy, I think he called Wicked Kitchen or something like that, and he takes those some certain, I forgot, I bought the mushrooms, they're real fat mushrooms, and this dude has made like vegan steaks out of mushrooms. And I do like mushrooms. I know with the portobello mushrooms, we used to do vegan flatbed lady V. What's up, baby? Welcome is welcome. Hold on, flatbed lady V. You got a wrench. So who am I talking to? Is that Brown Sugar, or who am I talking to? Because you got a wrench, that means that's somebody I know. Then change your name. Okay, mushrooms, colorful bell peppers, onions, vegan Gouda cheese. I was gonna buy. I bought the vegan Gouda, which I do like from a Whole Foods on a Whole Food delivery, and because I'm lactose intolerant, but I eat cheese. I do because I like cheese. But the vegan Gouda, on and popping. Oh, hold on, is it Gouda or the mustard? Munster. One of the two. I can't remember which one. I'll look at my thing. I think it's either Munster or I think it's the Munster. On and popping. I have to try the Gouda though. Gouda sound good too. Oh. And I've been doing wraps, y'all. My next video, I'm gonna do a video on this. I got some bread from Oral Wheat. Oral Wheat, I don't care if y'all get mad at me. I done had this bread. It got an expiration date. Hold on, let me see if I can show y'all this. My best friend, she's like, there's no way. I'm like, bro, I ain't got a lot of you. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I got pictures of it. I sent it to my friend Linda. Linda gets a kick out of it. There ain't 1 ounce of mold on this bread. And I done had this bread for, hold on, I'll let y'all know. Hold on. Where are my pictures? Hold on, y'all know I'm going to do the pictures. Let me see if I can get the pictures. Hope I didn't delete it yet. Yep, here they are. I don't know if y'all can see the date. Y'all see the date on there? March 3rd was the expiration, best used by. March. January, February, March. We are in what? Almost October? That means I bought the bread before that date. Okay, before that date. Before March 3rd. It was delivered through Costco. That's the bread, y'all. Y'all see any mold on that bread? Do you see any? Ain't no mold on the bread. It's still sitting over there on the shelf. I don't know what kind of preservatives y'all put up in that bread, but I ain't eating it. I'm just leaving it there because I'm curious as to when I might see some mold. Wait! And it's still soft. It's soft. I buy Dave's, the Killer Dave's bread. That's what I buy now. And I think they said he sold it to somebody else. I don't know, but I've always liked that bread, and you do have to put it in the refrigerator or it will mold. I do Killer Dave's bread. I can't. I can't. And I may move to sprouted bread if I do bread because I've heard sprouted bread is much better for you anyway. Like I said, I'm trying to change some things. Going in Grumpy's place, actually, it curved a lot of my, very much a person. I'm going to do what I want to do, even to cut nose off to spite face. But like I said, after I met the family, I understood more about his psychological state. And that's kind of the family they come from. And even if it's ratchet, they're going to do what they're going to do. It just ratchet. And I feel sorry for him because I do believe that when he became saved, he wanted to be different. Because he left, he had been with this woman for years. He was buying a house. He walked away from all of it when he became Christian. He got a little whole ghetto on the wall apartment that he had, and pretty much was living out of that and just let the house foreclose. He walked away from everything. When you do that, that's when you're really saying, I want to be different. So I do believe he wanted to be different, but I believe the generational curses in his lines were so thick that trying to be different was very difficult for him. And also he, again, to try, it's just like weight loss. To me, now I'm understanding it more. To try to be different and try to make those changes, it's some work. It's some work. And facing it is some work. But you gotta face it and really want it at a certain level to get free from it. But that does sound good. Y'all, we are at 86 minutes, so I'm gonna get my butt off of here. Anybody watch this later on, give us a like, thumbs up, share it out. I hope y'all have a blessed night. Again, I don't know what I'm eating, because I'm not really hungry yet. And I might just do my cabbage soup. I got some in the refrigerator, and I need to do a new batch. And I did it in the Instapot. I guess I should do it one day and show y'all. This weekend, I will be starting to probably make my batches of barbecue sauce and just bottling them. I've been sitting here playing in my mind on the recipe. Not the recipe, the label. So I may end up, I already got people hitting me up locally because I've been saying I was getting ready to do it. And Linda and some other people that work at the University of Phoenix been like, let us know. So locally, I know I'm going to be selling it right out the door. Then I have to figure out what I can do when I do it on the internet. And then I have several versions because some of it will be too hot for some of you. Because I got a version that's hot as hell. That's my favorite. It'll be too hot. I haven't put my grill together yet because my curtain in the back came down. And I've been trying to get my maintenance guy to come back and put it up. And I think he's blowing me off. So I'm going to have to get somebody to come. But I'm going to have Linda's people come and do a cleanup on the back patio. Because y'all, it's like a jungle back there. Little trees in the corner have grown. I got flowers I realized it's flowers. It's a specialty flower somebody had put against this back wall. And it just comes up. And every morning it brings up these purple flowers. And then by the time the heat the other day, it kicks them off. And it just, every morning has new purple flowers. It's pretty, but it's like a weed. I got a gnats. But yeah, so anyway, y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed. And I don't know, I might do these. I'm gonna see if we can do it weekly or bi-weekly. And y'all just have to watch. Y'all see the gnat? Y'all see them? Oh, and that's because of that back. But yeah, I got to get them, and then I need them to level out where they did the dirt, because they did a half-butt job putting it back. So now it's like a dip because we have rain, and there's still dirt over to the side. It's irritating. So I'm going to actually hire somebody to come back there and just do it. And Linda told me he does $80 for her yard. I'm hoping he charges me a lot less, and then I'm going to see if he'll put that curtain up for me. Anyway, because I got the hardware for it now, and just getting somebody to come do it. Anyway, peace. Y'all, turn it up. Look, I know. Here we go. Bye, y'all.